Poppin' YouTube? It's your boy Inky back with another video for the channel. Well, what I'm gonna do is like a little story time. So stick around and listen to my crazy little stories. So let's go with. I have a lot of stories to tell y'all, and I just want to figure out which one to tell y'all first. I don't know which one to tell y'all first. I want to give y'all the first one that's like not too interesting to keep you wanting to know more. But well, not to know more, but to be like, wow, he is serious. But so y'all, okay, we can go with. I walked out of my job today. Well, a couple days ago. Like 2 days ago. I walked out on my job like 2 days ago. Well, the day before. Yeah, like 2 days ago. We're going to say 2 days ago. Sunday. It was Sunday. And today is Tuesday. So, yeah, 2 days ago. So, I was working there for a while. Like, I was working there 2 months after they opened. So, when I got there, it wasn't even fully staffed. It wasn't, you know what I mean? It was still barely coming up, you know? So I've been there ever since. The first 7 months was, no, let's say not even 7 months. The first like 5 months, I'd say, was like, oh yeah, I fit in here. I like it here. I can see myself actually working here like forever. You know what I mean? Because I always look for a job with a passion and something that I know that I can stick with. So with that, it was a cooking job at my aunt's restaurant. I'm going to shout out Lolo's. I'm going to shout out Brunch and Sip. And I'm going to shout out Monroe's Hot Chicken. Them are the 3 restaurants that my aunt has. And they're all good restaurants. The food is good. The drinks are good. All that stuff. It's all good, you know. But I just, you know, when you have a passion for something, you don't let nothing get in your way of that passion. That's pretty much where it was. You know what I mean? When I first started, I was like, yeah, I like this. I've worked with so many people that I didn't like, but I didn't let it, you know what I mean? I didn't let it interrupt something that I like. Passion. My passion is cooking. I love cooking, you know, and so time goes on, whatever, and I've seen people come and go. I've seen so many people come and go, and seeing them come and go, it's like, dang, what's really going on? Like, why is everybody leaving? Why is everybody quitting, putting in 2 weeks notices and da-da-da-da-da? And I'm like, I don't know. I can't figure out what it was because I'm trying to figure out what the problem is. And I could not find the problem. So I'm like, maybe it's just them. You know what I mean? Maybe they can't, you know, there's a saying when you work in the kitchen, if you can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen. You know, so I just seen so many people go from the waitresses to cooks, to prep people, to even to managers, you know. I've seen them all come and go, and like I said, I couldn't find out what it was, so I just stopped worrying about it. I was, you know what, I ain't going nowhere, you know what I mean? Ain't nobody finna get in the way of me pursuing my dream, and not even so much pursuing my dream, doing something that I like, you know what I mean? And I like cooking, and granted, it was some stuff that I never knew how to do until I got into that restaurant that I was in. Like, I didn't know what a poached egg was at one point in time. I didn't know what egg hollandaise was at the time. I didn't know what a couple stuff was, you know what I mean? But the more I worked there, the more I adapted to it, you know what I mean? So when I started at this place, let's move forward. So when I started at this place, I was a dishwasher when I first started. My aunt's restaurant, I was a dishwasher. I was fine with that. So from the dishwasher, I went from dishwasher to a dishwasher prep. And then like I was prepping stuff and seasoning stuff and just like stuff like that, washing dishes when dishes piled up, stuff like that. So I was doing that for like 3 or 4 months. And then one of the managers, the store general manager had quit. And then when she quit, I kind of started learning the line. Well, I was learning the line before, because like I'd go up there and help them. So after like 2 months, 3 months, I was doing everything. I was in the back washing dishes, I was prepping, and I was on the line. And I was on the line cooking. So I was doing all three of them whenever they needed me. So I was pretty much the runaround in the back when I first started, which was cool. I liked it, all of it, because I was never staying in one spot you know what I mean? I was never staying in one spot for too long. So after that, one of the guys had quit, and then it was just a whole bunch of drama that was coming out. Like it had nothing to do with me or nothing to do with anybody. That was like, but it was just like little arguments, little inside arguments or stuff like that caused a couple people to quit that I know of, because I still talk to them people till this day. But and then they ended up quitting, and then in the kitchen they ended up opening a new mom. So we ended up getting a new chef in. So it was 4 of us, and then we got another one, which made it 5, which was perfect. And then COVID hit, and then everybody, you know what I mean, had to get COVID tests. Some of us caught it. I ended up catching it, but I had no symptoms of it. I was back at work within like a week and a half. Because, they say with no symptoms, you're allowed to be back interacting with people after 9 days of still showing no symptoms. So I went back to work a week and a half later. So when I get back to work, there is one chef that had walked out. So that left 3 chefs. And then one of them, so it left 4 chefs. That's including myself, because at the time I was like a chef too, but I was still in the back doing dishes and prepping. So I was like a part-time chef as well when they needed me on the line. And then to serve my memory, it was It was 4 chefs. Yes, it was 4 chefs that were still there. And then one of them ended up quitting when I got back, which made it 3. And then we hired another 2, which brought us back to 5. And then once that brought us back to 5, it was cool for a little while. And then the GM ended up quitting, and then another chef ended up quitting. So that took it back down to 4. And then they opened a new restaurant called Monroe's Hot Chicken, which one of the guys that worked there, he was, so they have 2 Monroe's Hot Chicken, one in downtown Phoenix, and then one in Tempe by Tempe Town Lake. So he had not built it up, but he had helped the food and stuff like that. The guy that worked with me where I worked at, he had worked with me. So when they opened the new Monroe's, he had went to that Monroe's. So then that left 2 chefs, me and another guy. 3, me, another guy, and then some other chef that we had ended up just hiring. And then another one ended up leaving. That's when it left the 3. So then after that, we were so behind on a lot of stuff, and it was just so confusing. Like, I was doing everything, another chef was doing everything. We was just like tiring ourselves out. We was at the point where we were working 130 hours a week. 130 hours every 2 weeks. So then that one chef ended up leaving, so it left 2, me and another guy. So between all this, I had got a promotion. To off the back of the house and off dishwashing and prepping, and then I had became an actual line chef now. So all I did was line chef. So all I did was cooking work. So with that, it left 2 chefs, me and another guy. So then it was just me and him. That's when we were working like crazy. We were just working and working and working. And that's when we was getting like 130 hours, 140 hours every 2 weeks. And at the time, my overtime pay was just crazy. So it was just a whole bunch of crazy stuff. And then we ended up hiring another chef. He came aboard, and then another chef came. So then we had 4 chefs, but one of the chefs was only there Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays. And Friday and Saturdays at Brunch Until was our busiest days. So he came Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And he was off on Sundays. So then that just left 3 chefs throughout the rest of the time. So we wasn't really getting no days off. We'd probably work like 6 days a week, and then we'd have that 1 day off, you know. Or sometimes we didn't even have a day off. We working 7 days straight. And then, so then we ended up getting the back of the house in order, because the front of the house was doing pretty good. You know what I mean? Like the chefs were doing pretty good. We was learning how to, you know what I mean, alternate days off to make sure we all got a little rest or whatever the case was to come back to work the next day. So then I ended up getting a key to the restaurant to open for another chef that needed it. When he was off, I'd come in and open, you know what I mean, and do all the stuff that I was supposed to do, or do the stuff that he did. I started doing it. So that became, once it just became us 3 chefs, well, us 4 chefs, then that one that came on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I became like the lead. You know what I mean? He was the kitchen manager, and then I was a lead. I was under him. So then I ended up getting, we needed help in the back with prepping and stuff like that. So I ended up hiring someone that I knew, like deeply knew for the longest time, for like past 10 years. I knew him longer than 10 years, 10 years plus. I ended up getting him hired, and so this all boils down to the reason why I really walked out on my job. But I think I'm going to save that for another video. Yeah, turning story time into 2, because this is a real long story. Like, it's a real long story. Or y'all can comment down below and y'all can tell me to go live. I'll go live and tell the story. I can go live and tell the story. That'll probably be good too, because it's a long story. But that right there was just the beginning of the story on when I first started, until all the drama, until the time I started, until the time I walked out, or to the time I was getting to walk out. I didn't tell y'all the story about why I walked out. But if y'all want to know why I walked out, if y'all want to know where all this drama came from, well, it wasn't even so much drama. It was just stuff that I didn't want to deal with. You know what I mean? So if y'all want to know, go ahead and comment down below. Comment go live. Comment go live. And if y'all comment go live and I go live, I'm not going to start this story time until I get a certain amount of people in this live. I don't know how many people, but when I feel like it's a certain amount of people, then I will start the story. Or just comment down below, do a second part of the video, and then I'll do a second part. So if you want to know more, if you like this video, you think this video was a pretty cool video, go ahead and like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll come back with another video. Come back with the second part. So the faster y'all comment, either go live or do a part 2. I'll come back and I'll do a live part 2, or I'll go live. So with that being said, I love y'all. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.